Dante easily recognized them. Faria had so often drawn them for him. There was no longer any doubt. The treasure was there. No one would have been at such pains to conceal an empty casket. In an instant he had cleared every obstacle away, and he saw successfully the lock placed between two padlocks, and the two handles at each end, all carved as things were carved at that epoch, when art rendered the commonest metals precious. Dante seized the handles, and strove to lift the coffer. It was impossible. He sought to open it. Lock and padlock were fastened. These faithful guardians seemed unwilling to surrender their trust. Dante inserted the tip of the pickaxe between the coffer and the lid, and pressing with all his force on the handle, burst open the fastenings. The hinges yielded in their turn and fell, still holding their grasp of fragments of wood, and the chest was open. Edmond was seized with vertigo. He cocked his gun and laid it beside him. He then closed his eyes as children do in order that they may see in the resplendent night of their own imagination more stars than are visible in the firmament. Then he reopened them, and stood motionless with amazement. 3 compartments divided the coffer. In the first blazed piles of golden coin. In the second were ranged bars of unpolished gold, which possessed nothing attractive save their value. In the third, Edmond grasped handfuls of diamonds, pearls, and rubies, which, as they fell on one another, sounded like hail against glass. After having touched, felt, examined these treasures, Edmond rushed through the caverns like a man seized with frenzy. He leaped on a rock, from whence he could behold the sea. He was alone with these countless, these unheard-of treasures. Was he awake, or was it but a dream? Was it a transient vision, or was he face to face with reality? Here it is, folks. Look at that bling. Look at all of that delicious cheddar. Is that a term people are using for gold? Doesn't matter. He's found the treasure. I mean, I'm not going to put it past Dumas to make Dante, still doubt and still hesitate. Is this real? Does he bite it? Is it chocolate coins? Do I have to take it to, an appraiser to find out, are these diamonds glass or are they real gemstones? I don't know that he'll do that or not, but let's just, who cares? Set that aside for a moment. Let's just bask in this. For how long have we been talking about this treasure? From the introduction of Faria, before we even knew the Abbé, as he was known as the Mad Abbé, from the prison guards, and predicting that he was going to offer this treasure to his captors if they let him escape, or helped him find the treasure. Like, this treasure has been a mythological symbol hanging over this entire, half of the story that we've read so far, if not more than half. And here it is. Gold coins, bars of gold, and precious gemstones. And I love that Dumas pulls out the textural, the sensory details here. In the first, blazed piles of golden coins. I mean, if we are doing our cinematic adaptation, we can amplify reality here a bit. We shoot it on Dante's face, almost Repo Man or Kiss Me Deadly style, where he opens the treasure lid and the light from within is blaring on his face, even though there's no light in the cavern except for his torch that could be illuminating it. But hey, you know what? This is a moment where we can amplify reality, and that's okay. He opens the lid and the coins are reflecting, golden dancing off his face. And then contrasting that with the kind of ugly, unpolished gold, which possessed nothing attractive save for their value. So just the immensity of oh my, seeing something to just go, oh my God. I'm putting in mind of Deadwood when they find that giant boulder of gold, and it's just oh, this is just like a fucking rock in the middle of the wilderness. But once your brain processes the enormity of its value, regardless of how, pretty or not pretty it looks, it's almost amplified by its garishness. And then in the last, and this is my favorite of them, he grasped the handfuls of the gemstones, and then it says, which, as they fell on one another, sounded like hail against glass. Now, that might be because we had a huge hailstorm here in Madison earlier this year that I vividly remember what that sounds like. it's being able to, tie a very specific textural detail or a sensory detail to the value here. So we've got the visual of the blazing gold. We got the aural details of the clinking stones as he's, draping his hands through them. We got the kind of psychological with the mental calculation of the value of these ugly gold bricks. In that last paragraph, I was kind of, I wouldn't say it took me out, but I was put in mind of a phrase that Stan Lee overused when he was first writing Marvel comics. Like, it felt like every issue, whenever there was a fight, Stan Lee would say, he fought like a man possessed. So just that one phrase bounced through my head in this last paragraph when Dumas is talking about Dante seized with frenzy, leaped from a rock whence he could behold the sea. Like I could just see him kind of dancing around and jumping around the cavern like a man possessed. But let's not overlook one very small detail here that I think is indicative of Dante's frame of mind going into this. There's a defensiveness, there's a protectiveness that he has, because while we get distracted and dazzled by him opening the coffer and finding the treasure, Dumas does write, he cocked his gun and laid it beside him. So he's ready to fire on literally anything that is going to come at him. There's I don't know if you want to read this as greed, so much as just how much he has invested of himself in this discovery and what it means for his transformation. Not only his transformation, but his identity. He's ready to kill for this treasure because he has already associated who he is with it. He's going to fight to the death to defend himself. And by defend himself, I mean defend the treasure. They become synonymous, I think, in his mind here. And that feels pretty important. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that feels like a pretty important detail to kind of hold on to through all of this. And as we end this particular passage with these questions, was he awake or was it but a dream? Was it a transient vision or was he face to face with reality? I want to see what Dante's, reaction, what is the psychological aftermath of this as we finish chapter 24. But before then, since it's the penultimate episode, you know what I have to do, and I sincerely hope that you don't hit that 30-second skip button, because this isn't a pre-recorded message. I record this off the cuff at the end of every chapter, which is to tell you how you can help support the show. Your contributions to our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod not even go a long way. They're essential to keeping the show on the air, running all the way through our 4-year mission. Hosting is expensive. The motivation to keep doing this day to day is mentally expensive. And I deeply appreciate your contributions. It really helps in this time and age when there are so many people kowtowing to corporations and sponsors and all of this stuff. To me and everyone on the network, it is crucial to be artist owned so that we aren't at the behest of someone telling us what to do, what to think, what to say, how to say it. All of this stuff that you listen, good, bad, messy, otherwise, is coming from me. It's just, for better or worse, just a direct pipeline from my brain to your ears. So your contributions help keep that possible and not allow some sort of interference. So keeping this ad-free, keeping this artist-owned is, to me, incredibly important right now. And your contributions, every single penny of them, go toward helping make that a reality. And you do get a few things should you decide to contribute for as little as $1 per month. That's 3 cents per episode. What you get is, at the end of each chapter, so as of tomorrow, story-only audio of each chapter as they're concluded. Tomorrow will be chapter 24. Your $1 will get you access to chapters 1 through 24. Some bonus episodes. As I've mentioned, this month I have done a reading of The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, and I have a wager out there right now for all of you. If I can get 5 ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, etc., I will do a second reading of The Premature Burial by Edgar Allan Poe, and you can get access to those over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. If you can't contribute, I get it. These are very weird times, but you can still support the show by leaving those ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And if you decide to contribute later on, you can always get access to the bonus episodes that you are helping to fulfill that wager. You can also tell someone about the show one-to-one in order to help them find it, listen to it. A recommendation goes the longest way, honestly, to getting someone to listen. So if you haven't annoyed every person you know that might like this show yet, now's the time to do it. And lastly, this is completely free to anyone, and I'm talking to you. Yes, you who is listening to this and thinking, oh, that couldn't possibly be me. No, it is you. It's exactly you. You enter your own name here now. Here, I'm going to give you a space to say your own name aloud. Ready? Hey, I'm talking to you. Yes, you who is named. Awesome. I want you to join the Discord, which is completely free. Anyone can do it to continue the conversation about the story, what you like about the podcast, what you hope to see from the podcast, maybe some stuff from the Patreon. I want to connect with you. I want to hear your thoughts. It's a great platform to continue the conversation outside of the daily grind here. So join Discord. The link to that is in today's show notes. It's in the show notes of every episode. So with that, let us wrap up chapter 24 tomorrow right here. You know where to find me. Until then, okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.